Okay, hey guys, going live from Vancouver on my phone because everything is falling apart and nothing works. Hang on, let me set this up. Hopefully you are watching. All right, let me just check in with the HQ. I'm live. Tell me where you're seeing it. Let's see if anyone is watching back home. I'm out in Vancouver for our, oh, someone's thumbs up at me. Okay. I'm out in Vancouver for the second half of our road trip this year. I don't know if this is going out on my personal Facebook feed or if it's going out on the Startoon feed. Hopefully this was Jordan Ward. I'm watching Mike. All right, Jordan's back in the studio. Amy back in the studio. Hi guys. Okay. Tell me where this is. Is this coming from our actual Startoon group? Did that work, or is it coming from my personal Facebook? Someone give me an answer, because apparently it's my most. Oh, there's Brad. Brad Weaver. Hi, Brad. Okay. So apparently we are coming at you from our creators group, which is awesome. This is actually kind of working. Whoa, and I just knocked over my phone. Technical difficulties. Damien is here. All right, we're starting to arrive. This is where I just kind of natter for a few minutes while people actually show up. All right. Amy, back in the house. Start spreading the word. This is where we are, okay? Share it around. Tell everybody where we are. Okay, so again, guys, hi. I'm coming at you from Vancouver. We are out here on the West Coast. Hey, Damien. Hey. All right, I'm seeing all the comments coming up, and I'm going to respond to them and say hello and all that kind of stuff. You guys are joining in, so thank you so much for checking in with us again. I know it's lunchtime back there, but it's breakfast for me. I don't have coffee. I managed to find a grocery store. I got some juice last night, and I got some fruit, so I'm trying to get myself together here, and hopefully this all works out okay. But I'm without coffee this morning, which is a bit of a problem, and hopefully we can remedy that soon. I gotta find a coffee shop. So we're out here in Vancouver on the next leg of our Startoon road trip. Little update for you guys as to what we're up to. So we had our, I know I mentioned this last time, we had our trip to Ottawa, which was fantastic. Thanks for everybody for coming out. So while I'm doing this, we're going to shout out to Brad Caford, who is not yet watching. Brad said he was going to do something for us. And as submissions are now open, it's time for me to start talking about this. Submissions are open. We need you guys sending stuff in. I know you've got till May 8th, but that's for chumps. Wait until the last minute. Come on, guys. I will say that, and then Amy, our social media person, is probably going to give me shit for this. I will say that we have had our first submission. Okay? We have one in the door. I'm going to give a round of applause right here. Jordan Weaver. Wherever you are, you're our first man in the door. I haven't even seen it yet. I'm going to check it out soon and make sure that it's that it's okay for us and it's something we can get going. I think our plan is to post them in threes, but nah. I'm going to find out. We're going to give this guy a prize. Amy, you're going to start working on a prize. We need a T-shirt or something that we can send to this guy for being our first person in the door. We are going to get that posted, and we're going to create some incentive for the rest of you monkeys out there to get some stuff in here, because, come on, the longer you have it up, Brad, my evil relative, is back. Brad, I'm expecting something from you too, okay? But thank you, Amy. Okay, we're going to get a prize for you, Jordan, for being our very first person. Unless I go check this thing out and it's like a terrible, terrible, not appropriate submission. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be awesome. So yes, guys, submissions are open. Get them in the door. I want to show them off to our friends and make sure that we've got stuff coming in here, okay? Do not wait to the last minute. That is a coward's route to the finals. I want to see some stuff coming in. Becky, hi. Thank you for joining us. If you guys have questions, let me know. So, yes, so the Vancouver trip right now, we're going to be tomorrow night. Is Monday right now, 9:15 my time. So 12:12 back in the homestead of Toronto. There we go. Got our little Startoon stuff happening behind me. Tomorrow night we are at Go Studios. They've set us up here. My good friend Graham Cowie. I always pronounce such a good friend. I can't pronounce his last name right. Has set that up for us. So we're going to be joined by last year's winner, Andy Greeling. of Sonny and Bentley fame. He's going to be there to talk a little bit about what's going on with Sonny and Bentley with Grim Repo and see where we're at. Share some of his experience so far working with us and how amazing that has been. We also have, to my great joy, he may be joining us a little bit late, but Charlie Richards. Charlie Richards, Betty Truffles last year. I will say right now, and I said it last year, I'll say it again, Betty Truffles was my, not that I want to play favorites, but it was my personal favorite of the bunch. Betty Truffles was amazing, and it didn't, for whatever reason, it didn't find its way to the finals. But I am a huge fan, and I am so pleased that Charlie's going to be joining us tomorrow night. So we're going to show some cartoons like we did in Ottawa. We're going to talk to these guys, find out what makes them tick, find out what goes on inside those wonderful creative brains of theirs, and get some info on what they're doing and what we are doing this year, and share that love with the Vancouver crowd. We will be posting the video from all these things. We'll be posting the video from the Ottawa one at some point. I don't have a date for you guys on that one yet. And as this one comes out, we'll be posting that too. So please keep watching. I'll try to do a little bit of a shout out on Instagram when we start up tomorrow night. I am in the Vancouver area doing a couple interviews for you guys to share later on as well. So that and I think I can. Well, I'm not going to tease that one yet. Once I have it shot and in the can, I'll tell you guys what it was, because we're pretty excited about it. Matt Haynes, I will give Andy a big kiss from you. I will be very clear that it is from you. Andy and I don't know quite if we've gotten to that point in our relationship yet, where we have that kind of male camaraderie that involves the pressing of lips. But since it's from Matt, sure, happy to do it. Damien, excited to submit something soon. Our submitted creations exclusive only to Startoon. Okay, so this is about this. We dealt with this last year, and I want to talk to you guys about this right now. So this is something that always comes up. What we have tried to do differently, okay, with our rights issue. So when we first approached this, the word contest is generally a bit of a red flag in various creative industries. People sign up for contests and hit that submit button, and in the fine print, it usually has something really terrible about as soon as you submit, the rights to your everything, the rights to your character, the rights to everything goes to whoever you're submitting it to, and that's not what we do. It's really important that everybody understands that this is not what we do. There are business arrangements that you have to get into in order to be a part of Startoon. Okay, so when you do sign up with Startoon, you are entering into an exclusive arrangement with us for the duration, a non-exclusive arrangement with us for the duration. Basically, what it means when you sign up, we do get to use the stuff that you make. Okay, so you'll see that we continue to share videos from last year. We continue to use them in our clip reels and. We have to be able to. It's the same thing as when you submit something to Instagram. They use that stuff. They use it elsewhere, but it's not like you can't put it somewhere too. Okay, it's yours. The underlying creative is yours. We don't take the ownership of your idea. That's at the heart of who we are and what we do. We do not take the ownership of your idea. Okay, we have to be able to use the materials produced. As part of our PR, so people will come and watch what you're doing. We have to be able to use the materials you produce on various, here on Facebook, on Instagram, on our YouTube channel. That's what you're giving us, okay? You're giving us the right to use that stuff. You're giving us the right to share your idea. We don't own it. As you proceed through the competition, there is a new deal. We want you to, if you get in, you need to stick around. You need to stick around. We just want to know that you're in, that you're going to stick with us, and you're going to be a part of this. So we create a deal with you for the duration of the competition. That's all that is. And then for our 3 finalists, in fact, this year 4, for our finalists, we then also have to. We then have. For our 3 finalists, hang on, Brad, I'll get to your question in a second. For our 3 finalists, we then have to create a deal whereby, because whoever wins, we need to have them sign ahead of time, because you then get into, whoever wins, we're in for a year. We're in for a year with you to make this, to produce it. So that's how that kind of runs. It's all there in our terms. You go to the site, you check it out. Amy's answering as well. Dean Darson, it's a non-exclusive agreement. We do not take ownership of your idea, but we have the right to share the materials. Yeah, exactly what I said. See, so it's a really, it's as good a situation as we can possibly make, and we're trying to make it as creator friendly as possible. It worked last year. We're not breaking that. We're not changing it. We're keeping that going this way as well. Brad is asking for hints about the judges. I'm not telling you yet, Brad. You can't go bribing anybody yet. I think I will say it's very safe to say that our good friend. For any of you guys watching, I'll blow it right now. I'll give you one, okay? And it shouldn't come as a huge surprise. Our good friend Brandon Lane from Chorus, so Teletoon, all that stuff. Brandon's going to be back. He's family now. Teletoon, they are our cartoon channel, so I mean we got to have them, right? But I think you're going to see that the judges are a couple changes this year, nothing too crazy, but I think you're going to be pleased. Sorry, Jess. Come on. I got to give them something here, right? Okay. What else do you guys need to know? So we have our first submission in. That's and we have there. I've just spoiled one of our judges. I'm in Vancouver. Oh, this week's video. Okay, so for you creators, we are going to have. Hang on, Alexis. For this week, we're going to have an audio tutorial. All right, we're getting the tutorials out. In this first round of the competition. So we'll have something for you end of day Wednesday. We're bringing back last year's audio tutorial from Jesse because there was really good hard stuff in there that still applies, and we've got a little bit of extra that we're tacking in there for some professional outside advice as well. So we're trying to rich that up for you. So that'll be coming out this week, okay? So that, and then we will start to share some of this other kind of stuff that we're doing, which is basically going to be a video podcast for you guys, where we can really talk to people and get some really interesting information out of them about who they are, what they do. Those are going to be really long, and we'll share little clips of them. But as you saw with even our software video last week, thanks to Chris Forney for that. We go I think it was about 25 minutes of talking about software. Chris is amazing. And he really gets in depth as to like even why you should be using various softwares. So we're trying to get in a little more solidly with the people who do this stuff, other than just my big face, who kind of can give you the overview. But yes, that's where we're going again this year. Let's see, what else have we got? Any questions here? So yes, you guys are answering them for yourselves. This is great. Brent is answering questions from Matt. Brad is answering questions online. This is awesome. Amy, guys back in the studio, what else I need to be talking about right now? We are in the studio, I will tell you. This is all very exciting. This guy behind me, over here, Francisco. We've got Francisco videos on the go right now, which are a ton of fun. I had to be subjected. Yeah, Jess is jumping in. Exactly. We're going to talk about Francisco now. We've been shooting all last week in the studio. We got this puppet. We've got craft videos, music videos happening. I'm out of town this week, but tomorrow there are actually live animals in the studio, and they're shooting with our puppet. And Gnome is back to make animation as well, so don't worry, we're not losing that one. So that's it. That side. I mean, I'm going to be watching it. I think at some point, if you guys go back, we released a little teaser video before this all kicked off, but a week before everything kicked off, and it's got us, me and Sheila and Kim, who's our new line producer, basically laughing our asses off at something. Then you can hear it in the foreground, this Startoon jingle that's happening. That was the audition video from our man Andy Pandy, who is the producer behind all our Francisco stuff this year. And at some point, I think we're going to share. We're going to share his audition video for you because it made us laugh. Yes. So watch our Amy's jumping. Watch our social media tomorrow for photos of animals. We have a skunk coming in. I'm so glad I'm not in town this week. I will not be around for any of this. This is my great way of getting away from it. So yes, Francisco show coming soon. That's going to be amazing. That's kid facing. That's where you get the votes coming in. Francisco show coming soon. We keep doing this stuff from our side. We're lining up more and more amazing people to talk to you guys and share their experiences as working creatives, as people who are making things and why and how they do it. Recap on, yes, we do have one submission in, but I am looking for some more. I bumped into Rafa Bale. I'm calling you out. I know you're not watching right now, but we're going to tag you in something somewhere along the way. I was over at the Chorus building last week, and I bumped into Rafa, who was one of our, he submitted something last year that was a little adventurous for Startoon, a little outside of maybe our demographic, but he tells me he's got something good, and I, for one, can't wait. Rafa is a really unique creative voice, and I think I can't wait to see what he thinks a 6 to 11 comedy is. Okay, so Rafa, my friend, we are waiting on that one. Brad Kayford, we are waiting on that one. Brad Weaver, we're waiting on you. Amy, good question. What topics will we be covering at our talk tomorrow night? So for you Vancouver people who might be up at this perfectly reasonable hour who are watching, I'm going to go by what we covered in Ottawa. So what I'm going to do is we're going to talk a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about what Startoon is, what Startoon does, because there are some new people in the audience. So we got to give a little bit of that background. We'll watch some cartoons. So we'll watch some Sonny and Bentley. We'll watch some Betty Truffles, and then we will talk to the guys. This stuff always starts really Startoon relevant. Okay, this is kind of how we do these things. It starts very Startoon relevant, but it always goes off on some pretty amazing tangents. Last time we were in Ottawa, it really got into a big talk about because there were some students there, some young people, and their teacher was there. And we talked a lot about what goes into that sort of ideation process and what should they be thinking about. And I just referenced everyone back to the videos that we have. It's the character stuff. The character work is huge. So we'll probably be getting into that again, talking to that. So it really kind of depends on the room. Hopefully we get a slightly different conversation than we got last time. But yeah, we talk about Startoon. We talk about development in Canada. We talk about why we're doing Startoon and what it seems to be doing, the impact it's having. Because I get feedback all the time, and it's amazing. I love hearing it. That I think we did hit our mark, and I think we are doing something a little different that is kind of needed. So yeah. There, someone just popped up a heart. Thank you, because it's something that we're really we really should try. We're trying to create an opportunity here that's trying to fill a void. That's really what it comes down to. Everybody's trying to do it. The broadcasters, everybody, they're trying to figure out what this creator-driven show thing is, and we're trying to do our part. And I think it's working. So that's what we're going to talk about, okay? And yes, Matt, we should fly Sylvia out for the Startoon talk as well, but we don't have that kind of budget. They could barely fly me out, all right? Thanks very much for the suggestion. Sylvia Rochon from Mercury Filmworks did join us on stage in Ottawa last time, and it was amazing. She was really, really, really great. She was a big help because she spoke as a development person at a studio. So if there's anybody, you never know, I might call you up on stage, you guys who are joining us, okay? I'm going to scroll back here. Okay, Brad was asking about the feedback. Okay, this is really good. I'm going to actually, this is because we know that we got feedback. Okay, Brad is asking about his biggest complaint with the contest last year was how slowly the judges' feedback got to you guys, got to the creators. We know. So we have a new system, okay, and it's going to work way better. Because we are now doing this thing as kid-facing and creator-facing, all right, two sides, the actual judging events will be, the judging events are actually going to be the talent show episodes. They're going to be aimed at the kids. But what we do is we're going to have the judges come in first, and I'm going to sit with them. We're going to film them as though it's live, 1 hour, to talk about everything we see, okay? So everything will get a piece of feedback. We will immediately take that, and one of our editors is just going to do a quick pass, just basically taking out anything that they're not allowed to say, okay? Just trim. And we're going to write down the time codes on every comment that gets, every submission and where their comments are. So that, by the end of the day, so what will happen then is that will be over here getting worked on, while we then turn the cameras over here and shoot our live show, where the actual kid stuff goes, and where the actual announcement goes and the voting happens, okay? So that'll be happening, but for everybody, that night, there will be a video, about an hour's worth of video that goes up with a time code in the description saying where your comments are. Okay, so we're going to get this back to you much, much faster. And that was a big priority for us too, Brad. I really appreciate you asking that right now because it's something I wanted to explain. It was a big priority for us this year, and we really wanted to make sure that people got their word, got their feedback quickly, because we know how well you all responded to it, and we know how important it was to you. So we're really trying to make sure that gets out to you guys in a much more efficient way. Sorry, I'm eating my fruit. What else? What else? Aw, Sylvie. She's thanking Brad or Matt for suggesting that she fly out here. Sylvia Shaw is a great friend and a wonderful development executive. And yes, she does drop the occasional F-bomb. But if we ever get a chance, Sylvia, I'm going to drag you up on stage again. So thank you for doing that the other night. And she was really great. She really did kind of give some good perspective for everybody. So you never know. Whoever happens to be in our audience, if you're not too camera shy, there might be room for you guys on stage. You never know what happens at a Startoon event. Okay, what else? What else? We're now at coming up on 12:30 back home, 9:30 my time. Oh, someone threw me a heart. I can't see who that is. I'm gonna assume it might be Sylvie. What else do I need to say? Amy, throw me something. Guys, throw me something. I'm here for a couple more days. I'll be back in Toronto on Wednesday night. And I'll be coming to you guys live again back from the home studio next week. We're debating on times. Let me ask you guys a question here. Would you rather we do this at 9 a.m. Toronto time, or would you rather we do this at 9 a.m. Vancouver time? If anybody has an opinion on that, we want to hear it. And yeah, so that's a question we're kind of answering ourselves. So what's the best time to do these live broadcasts? And answer you guys. When is the time when you guys are most likely going to be in front of your computers and able to engage in it? Is lunch hour good, or is it morning coffee, which is sort of when I kind of get my head around things? So please answer. What sort of content would you like to see in the creators group? Reference, work in progress, animation samples. I think it's an interesting work in progress, the creators group. Brent, you ask a very good question. And Brent, of course, is always one who's happy to share a ton of stuff. So we're. I think right now, take a look at just what people are responding to. Okay, I want to see your work. I want to see you guys talking to each other. I want to see you. I mean, the reference stuff is great, Brent. But I think it's more. I think we want to. I mean, whatever works for you guys. That's why it's there. It's a resource for you. Okay. Damien likes the 9 a.m. Pacific time. And let's see. Well, there was another question up there. I got to scroll up and see what that was. Amy saying, what's new in the animation world this week? Any interesting developments? Oh, God. I haven't checked my Canadian Animation Resources email yet. I don't know. What can I tell you? This week? I don't watch the bigger stuff. I know that my kids are watching a Captain Underpants trailer like crazy. That's happening. This Trolls movie, I started watching it on the flight, actually, on the way out here. And it's not, I'm going to throw myself out in there. It's not as bad as it should be. I will say it's beautiful. It really looks great. A friend of mine in Ottawa, Dave Cooper, went nuts for it. So I gave it a shot. I maybe am not as enamored of it as Dave was, but it's much better than it deserves to be. So I'm going to give a big tip of the hat to the people behind that thing, because that should have been a dog, and it's not. That Captain Underpants, a good friend of Startoon and a good friend of mine, Colin Jack, Canadian, story artist, dedicated the last 2 years of his life to that thing, and it looks pretty funny. He's been talking about it for a long time. So, and I know certainly my kids at home are watching that trailer over and over again. What else is happening? I don't know. I just woke up. God, Amy, come on, you're a social media person. You tell me. What else have we got? Just want to keep it on. All right, well, I don't know. I think we're getting down to the end of it. Any other questions, fellas? Gang, people. What else have we got? What else have we got? You got me for a few more minutes. Ask me a question. I will tell you no lies. What else? So when I get back, we're trying to get some requests actually for some outreach in Toronto itself. I'm afraid, guys, this is the end of our travel budget, so we will not be getting to Montreal. We will not be getting to Halifax. Wah, wah. I apologize. But I am setting up Skype calls right now. We had one with a group out in Miramichi last week. I'm happy to Skype in. We did it last year at with Murray Bain and the gang out in Halifax. We Skyped out to them. If you, your studio, your class want to talk Startoon, we are happy to get on a call, record everything you say, and share that when we can. Oh, Startoon Kickstarter. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting some stuff. The Animation Dingle Awards in Ireland were last night. We've been retweeting some videos and then checking out. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Startoon Kickstarter, more fight money. No, Brad, we're not going to kickstart this. But thank you for the sentiment. More money? No. We're doing fine. And yes, as much as it'd be great to travel a little more, we're going to take advantage of the technology and beam my furry face all over Canada. All right. But seriously, if you guys, classrooms, studios, whatever you want, let us know, and we're happy to set up a Skype and talk to you directly and answer questions. We did like a whole hour with a gang of 15 people out in Miramichi who promised me like 4 or 6 of them are going to submit this year. So let's ramp it up. All right. Any of you guys, and a few of you teach. If you want me in your classrooms, I'll do that too. Iqaluit trip, Brad. No, thank you. Although I would love to go to Iqaluit. It's despite the cold, it's on the list. Yeah. So will there be a Startoon event in Toronto? So this is we don't have to spend money to travel for that one. So I'm thinking we are going to do one more of these. There will be some outreach to some of the schools. We're hoping to get out to Sheridan and talk to them out there. But I'm thinking we'll set up something. We did an animatic TO talk back in December, which was well received. But I figure we're going to add a date to this trip back in the hometown of Toronto, and answer questions directly there as well. So we'll get the cameras out, we'll film all that, and we'll do another session. Probably look for that in the next couple weeks. We'll share one last chunk of this road trip where all it'll take is a TTC token to get there. Okay. So I'm making the executive decision right now. We're going to do one more event. We'll do it in Toronto, and we'll get the gang out and have a few beers. Okay. The Animatic TO talk is going to be online, Matt Haynes, at some point. We got other things we're cutting right now, and the guys at Animatic TO also do their own version of it. But we do have some stuff that we're trying to get to, so it's going to be part of our Wednesday videos. We'll cut something together and we'll share that. So that will be coming. Some of the stuff might be a little repetitive in terms of the MACTO talk covers some of the stuff that we talk about in the Startoon Outreach talks, because it's just me, right? It's me yapping away, and as long as you guys are listening, I'll keep doing it. But there will be a little overlap in some of those. But at the same time, I think it is all. We try to keep it as relevant and as long as you guys want it, we'll do it. Okay. So yes, the MATO talk will be online. The outreach talks will be online. We have a release schedule that is every Wednesday, and we're just getting through the tutorials first, and then we start getting into the deep in the woods kind of conversations. Okay, they're coming soon. What else? What else you got? Anybody? Otherwise, I gotta go get some coffee, because this is no way to feel human. Juice is no way to start your day. It's no way to start your day. Even this Bolthouse Farms raspberry blood orange thickness, it's just not doing the trick. What do we got? Anything else, guys? We're starting to bore people. Are we losing anybody? Well, you know what? I've been doing this for a while. It is now 12:37 Vancouver time. So I think it is time for me to sign off. Is Francisco in a box? I don't even know what that means, Brad. I don't even know what that means. But keep your eyes peeled, all right? We're coming up on some dates. We're going to be launching our kids' site. Check it out. It's going to be fun. We have a sour candy challenge that we've all been put through. I discovered what seemed to be the sourest candies in the world. I didn't bring any to Vancouver. We were going to start, we started by having the creators all do them, but it seemed to be a more Francisco entertainment side. So the whole studio had to go through them the other day as an intro thing with Francisco. And they're really horrible, and they make your mouth basically feel like it's bleeding. And of course, thank you, Amy. I need to say, guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel, okay? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe, follow on. Clearly, most of you guys are following us already in our creators group, on Facebook, on Instagram. Spread the word, okay? This is the push part. Every one of you guys sit next to somebody creative. Every one of you guys, you know that person who's just a little bit shy, who's just a little bit nervous. But you saw last year, this is a safe place where you guys can share your ideas and we're not too hard on them, and you get them in front of broadcasters and you get them in front of everybody. So kick that fella, that girl, that whoever says that to you, kick them in the ass and get them to submit. Share this link. Get them onto our website, startoon.ca, Startoon.ca on Twitter, Startoon.ca on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's where much of this is going down this year. Just get them out here, get them joined up, get them signed up, get them engaged. Okay, you know them, and it's frustrating as hell. I know them too, and for whatever reason, they just can't put it out there. Okay, but this is what it's all about. You guys did it last year, Brad. You saw what it did. Hey, Charlie Richards has joined. Charlie, we're about to sign off. Charlie is he's just joined in the talk. Everyone say hi to Charlie. He's going to be with us tomorrow night. He's our Betty Truffles man. And I want to talk to Charlie about Betty Truffles tomorrow night. So I'm excited about Betty Truffles again. And anyhow, I'm getting ahead of myself. But yeah, so that's pretty much that. Charlie, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Hi, Charlie. There we go. See, everybody say hi to Charlie. There we go. Oh, Julie's saying hi to Charlie, too. Look, Julie's here. I didn't even know. Oh, my goodness. Okay, guys. Last chance for questions. Hi, Charlie. Last chance for questions. Throw them out here now. Otherwise, remember, follow, like, subscribe. That's what we do here, okay? That's the action that you guys have to take on our behalf so we can keep sharing this stuff and making this stuff and putting it back out there for you. That is the call to action that signs off at the end of this video. We good? Everybody? Okay, I'm out of here. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you really soon.